Hi guys, today I'm doing a review of the LETSCOM model number U8i headphone set. So these are sports headphones, and I like this design because I find many of the headphones, like when I'm running or whatever, will fall off and become loose, and if they don't fit right, this you lose the sound quality. If they fall off, that really defeats the purpose. So I need something that when I'm working or exercising, that they stay on. So I had a couple pair of Senko earphones, and I thought, well, let me try a different one. This particular model got had over 62,000 reviews on Amazon, and 4.5 out of 5 stars. So I said, oh, how can you go wrong? So uh, let's start out with the audio quality. So when you're listening to this, I would say the audio quality is okay. It's not super great. It's not bad. It's okay. I would sort of average. Maybe a little better than average, depending on what you're using it for. So if you're just using it to listen to an audiobook, it's perfect. No problem. It seems to do really, really well on mid-range. Um, but if you're listening to music, what you'll find several issues here. One, the low range is relatively weak. Uh, the high range is a little bit weak, not too bad. But what you tend to lose is resolution. So there's certain passages in music, for example, that if you listen carefully, if you're actively listening, you'll not be able to distinguish certain notes or separate things out clearly that you should be able to, that you would be able to hear separately and clearly and distinctly had you had better earphones or speakers. Um, so you say, well, for a price of $18.98, so what? That's not so bad. So again, it depends on what you're going for. Uh, I don't want to suggest that you can't listen to music with these, because you can, especially if you're doing passive listening. By passive listening, I'm talking about, well, you're listening to music in the background. You want to hear it, but you're not focused intently on it. Trying to really pick out all the different instruments and voices, etc., and the fine points of the sounds that you're listening to. So if you're really not actively listening to the music, you just want to hear music in the background, they're fine. Especially if you're doing something like where you've got background noise in any way, you're not going to pick out fine points and separate things out clearly, even if you had good or better headphones, because the background noise and your attention isn't there anyway. So for those reasons, it's a moot point. Um, so audio quality, okay, especially depending on what purpose you're using it for. And that's your earphone quality. Now, microphone quality is another thing. I just tested this thing out. I made a phone call with it, and my daughter picked up the call. She recorded it, and then we traded places. And what I found was, and the way she described it, I would say is perfectly. It sounds like you're listening to someone on speakerphone. This is not the kind of quality you really want. So I would say that this is poorer than average for the audio quality for someone listening to a call that you're making. and I have to knock off a point for that. Okay, next issue is a pairing issue. So they're Bluetooth headphones, and you need to pair them with another device. And the first device I tried to pair them with was a Bluetooth transmitter that I had wired into a audio video receiver, I was using this as the in order to hear the sound coming from that while I'm exercising on a treadmill. And it wouldn't remember the pairing. I mean, I could pair it, but I found that every time I did this, I had to reset the transmitter and repair it. The two devices didn't remember their pairing. And so that wasn't the end of the world. It only took around 12 seconds to reset both devices, and then another 5 seconds or so, 10 seconds to pair them. But it was still a pain in the you know what. So what I did was I played around with my phone, and I found that if I reset the pairing, the whole a complete hard reset on the LETSCOM device, then then I could get it to pair and remember the pairing. So I did that with both my phone and with the transmitter. It worked. It remembered the pairing and all, but I'm just pointing this out to you in case you run into the problem. So to reset the pairing, do a hard reset, as if it's coming straight from the factory. You press it's called the multifunction button here. You press and you hold it for 12 seconds. Now you should be able to see. You can see the light coming on, and watch the indicators. Okay, and that completed it. So now this thing's totally reset. It forgot all the pairing. It's like it came from the factory. That's what you need to do. If you find yourself in this position that it's forgetting pairing. Once that's done, reset the pairing on your other device. If it's a phone, unpair the device first on your phone, and then repair it. And then you'll be good to go. So as far as the controls go, you have, again, this multifunction button. And the multifunction button does all sorts of things depending on what mode you're on. One, turns it on. You hold it in for 2 seconds, it turns it on. You hold it in for 3 seconds, it turns it off. You'll get an audio message saying turned off, or if it says turned on, it'll say turned on, then it'll say connected if it has connected to a device. And you already know about the reset. This will also, if you're listening to music and you want to pause the music, you just press it briefly once and that'll pause it. And then when you want to start the music again, you just press the multifunction button again and it starts it up again. So that's convenient. And then you've got a plus and a minus button over here. And the plus, if you're listening to music, this can be your volume button, or it can be next track, previous track button. So that's another thing. The thing is rated for 8 hours of play on one charge, and it only takes 2 hours to totally charge it. When it's charging, the LED will glow red, and when the charging's done, it will turn blue. So that's a clear indicator. As far as fit and comfort go, I think it comes with the medium-sized ear buds here already installed. That fit me perfectly. I was good to go with that. Just put it on, put it in here like so, and you're done. You do the same thing with the other one. Boom, you got it. You're good to go. I found them very comfortable. They stay on me when I'm exercising. I'm very happy with the fit and comfort. So, all in all, it comes with this nice case. It's a hard-shelled case here. Zips up. It comes with a USB cord for charging. And you can see that here. And it comes with the assorted, you got 4 different size earbuds that you can choose. So you get one that fits your ear. So what do I think? Well, for me, this is going to work out because, when I'm exercising, I'm usually watching some TV. I'm on a noisy treadmill. It does isolate the sound well from outside, but I'm not actively listening in the sense of the fine points of, a musical piece or whatever. It's good enough for what I do, On the other hand, I have some very good headphones that when I do want to listen to music actively, I use. And, there's a world of difference in what you're getting as far as the depth of the bass, the range of the highs, and especially the resolution of the sounds, which is much, much better on the higher quality headphones. There was one other issue I ran into that I want to warn you about in case you run into it. It's important that the audio source that is being delivered. Now, I don't know if it was to this TAL Electronics transmitter that was the issue or not. But what I found was if I delivered a strong audio source into this, I would hear distorted sound out of that. And to eliminate the distortion, what I found worked best was to turn the source volume on the audio-video receiver down to a much lower setting, and then turn the volume up on the earbuds. And with that combination, I got distortion-free sound. So again, if you run into that problem, that was the solution I found. Also, you get this thing, which you say you get these papers that come with it, and you say, oh, you just chuck them, you don't need them. But I bought this headphone because I destroyed my last Senko one. And what happens is you've got a plug that goes on the charge port. So you got a charge port here, and you pull this up. Let me get it here so you can see it. And you see that port, and this is where you plug your USB cable in to, I don't know if you can see it well, but it's right there. You plug your USB cable in there to charge it. But when you're done charging, be damn sure you plug it, because, so the thing goes over there, and you push the plug in, and it makes a water seal. Because when you start sweating and that salt water starts seeping in there, I believe that's what happened to my other ones. Because I was on a session on the treadmill, I was doing fine. I had this headset for over 2 years. It was working great, no problems. And all of a sudden, it was dead. Wouldn't charge. It wouldn't turn on. It was dead. I had to chuck it out, and I got these to replace it. So yeah, make sure before you start exercising that you plug the USB port so you don't short the thing out with sweat. Yeah, it doesn't work well when it's shorted out and dead. They do give you this quote unquote free 1 year registration extension if you want there. These things are so cheap. I didn't bother with it. And and that's basically the summary of, or the, what I've found in using these things. So again, for me, they're going to be useful. Perhaps if some point in the future I can find a similar configuration with this that has the ear loop. I mean, again, for me, uh, when I'm moving around working or exercising, I need something that's going to stay. I don't want it falling off. These stay, and that's a big help. Uh, so yeah, are they useful? Do I recommend them? I would say yes, with the caveat that you're not getting super high quality audio, but it's okay, it's clear, it's reasonable, and so I would say it's useful. So if that's what you're going for, this will work. Thanks for watching.